Welcome to the College Essay Guide virtual college road trip. Thank you for joining us. I have a few announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening today, so make sure you sign up for some more. This presentation is being recorded and will be available to you within a week at strivescan.com/college essay guide. I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. First up, Ithaca College.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Great name, by the way. My name is Jessica Dietrich, and I am the Associate Director for Regional Recruitment at Ithaca College. Let's get started. So Ithaca is a medium-sized college based in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. We're considered medium-sized. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students enrolled. However, we do offer small classes, so our average class size is only about 17, and our student to faculty ratio is 9:1. And our students come from all over the globe, so I can best describe us as being a residential type of campus and community. We have about 100 majors and 70 different minors across our 5 schools, those being the School of Business, the Park School of Communications, the School of Health Science and Human Performance, the School of Humanities and Sciences, and last but not least, our School of Music, which was our founding school. We were originally founded as a music conservatory. And there offers a lot of flexibility at IC to change your mind, change your major. And we do have the vast majority of our students start in something called our exploratory program, which is what we have for students who are undecided. Our learning is also known to be very hands-on, and so we very much encourage experiential learning in the form of things like internship opportunities, research across our 100+ lab spaces on campus. We also have many students in the performing arts areas who are performing live on campus. We have a number of clinics for students who are interested in the health science fields, as well as many research opportunities as well. Our media components too in the School of Communications, such as a student-run television station, student-run radio stations, are accessible regardless of a student's major. Our campus tends to be very involved, I would say, and so I mentioned earlier, we are predominantly residential with the vast majority of our students living on campus, but therefore really engaged in a larger community. There are over 200 student organizations and clubs that students can explore joining, Division III athletics, and quite a variety of different ways that you can be active while on campus. And we're located in one of the most recognized college towns in the country, Ithaca, New York. We share with the Cornell University, and so at any given time, you have about 30,000 college students in Ithaca, New York, and an abundance of things to do in the area. In terms of admission to the college, all students have the option of 3 different timelines: early decision, early action, or regular decision. And we engage in an extremely holistic application review. We're really looking at the student in a very well-rounded lens, if you will, certainly focusing on the student's academic experience, how they've challenged themselves academically. We are a test optional college and have been since 2012 and will continue to do so. All students will be considered for merit scholarships upon applying. We also offer need-based financial aid, as well as a variety of scholar programs that require the student apply separately to be considered. 92% of the students at Ithaca College do not pay the full cost of attendance, and so they are receiving typically substantial financial aid packages. So with that being said, I'd love to take a quick tour of Ithaca, so let's take a quick look.
Hey, welcome to Ithaca College. We only have a minute to take a tour. Let's go.
with that, I will also make sure to put my email address into the chat for you guys so you can contact me beyond today. I also encourage you to learn more about us. And so we are offering both virtual and in-person visit opportunities. Please feel free to register with us, and I'll make sure to put a link to our visit website in the chat as well. But with that, I'm going to turn it over to some of my colleagues. Thanks again for joining us.
Hello, everyone. I'm just pulling up the Pace University presentation right now. All right, and I'm so sorry. My name is Alexa Dalbas. I am having some issues with my webcam tonight, but nevertheless, I am super excited to be presenting with all of you and to talk to you a little bit more about. Now, one thing that really sets the Pace University education experience apart from all of our competitors is the implementation of our Pace Path goal setting system, which really ensures that our students are walking across that graduation stage as well-rounded and market-ready individuals. And that is through the implementation of our Pace Path system, which combines a customized four-year plan, strong academics, dedicated mentors, and career building internship opportunities, again, to make sure that our students are making the most out of their four-year education experience. Now, diving a little deeper into each of those sections of the PACE path, beginning with academics, we have over 150 different majors and accelerated degree programs here at PACE, and we have a very personalized education experience. Our average is about 20 students, and that only gets smaller as students progress through their majors, are never going to be a number. Now, in terms of the different majors that we offer, we do have 5 undergraduate schools of study. Our College of Health Professions houses our health sciences as well as our direct admit nursing program. Our Dyson College of Arts and Sciences has over 50 different liberal arts programs, including criminal justice, communications, biology, psychology, as well as forensic science. So a lot of different unique programs there. Now, our Lubin School of Business, we have programs that are traditional like accounting, finance, and marketing, but we also have some unique business programs as well, such as hospitality and tourism management, arts and entertainment management, as well as sports marketing. So we were founded as a business school, lots of great connections and opportunities as a business major here at PACE. Now, in terms of our School of Education, we do have opportunities to pursue adolescent childhood as well as early childhood education. And we do have opportunities for 5-year programs here at PACE as well, if you are thinking long-term in terms of getting a graduate degree. And our Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems houses our computer science, information systems, and information technology programs. So we do have a lot to offer between our 2 campuses. We also have an honors college program here at PACE. So for students who are looking to challenge themselves, highly recommend applying to our honors college. There is a guaranteed minimum of a $15,000 scholarship that comes along with being an honors college member, as well as access to exclusive courses, trips, and events, and early course registration. Now, in terms of career services on campus, they go above and beyond in terms of linking up our students with all the different job and internship opportunities that are out there. They do everything from one-on-one career counseling to help with creating resumes and cover letters. They offer tips and tricks for online and interpersonal networking, mock interviews and cover letters, and they will even help you shake a hand or let you borrow a blazer if you don't already own one. So they're really there to walk you from point A to point Z in any type of application that you might encounter. We also have 2 job fairs every single year on both of our campuses, which I'll talk a little bit about in just a sec, as well as our online job database called Handshake, which is a great opportunity to have our students hunted out by some of the top employers in the country. And it's as simple as them uploading their resume into this database. So all of those job searchers can begin to start discovering their PACE University talent. So in terms of jobs and internships, we've got you covered. We have a 90% job placement rate within 6 months of graduation. In terms of our two campuses, we really do have the best of both worlds. We have our New York City campus, which is immersed in the heart of New York City. You're steps away from Wall Street and Brooklyn Bridge, really in the hustle and bustle of it all. However, we do have a campus that is condensed into a 5-block radius. So you still get that college community kind of home away from home feel, even though ultimately New York City is your campus. Here are a few snapshots of some recent renovations that we've done to our city campus. And then our Westchester campus is located about an hour north of New York City. So if you're looking for more of that traditional campus feel, Westchester is what you're going to look for. We have our 200-acre campus, about 2,500 students. And if you're a Division II athlete looking for a team to join, we have got our Division II athletics program. A few snapshots of our more traditional campus up here in Westchester. So really best of both worlds. And ultimately we are accessible by multiple forms of public transportation, including the Metro North, which has a station about 5 minutes away from campus. Now, once you're on campus, you have a ton of different student clubs and organizations to get involved with, over 150 of them representing all different types of interests, including academic, business, entertainment, performing arts, as well as politics. So plenty for you to get involved with regardless of what you are interested in. Now, in terms of PACE education costs less than you think for financial aid. 95% of our first-year students are receiving financial assistance, with $26,000 almost being the average package for our students. So while we are a private school, we do try to make the experience as affordable as possible. So highly recommend using our net price calculator and merit scholarship estimator if you are interested in learning more about what a PACE education might cost you specifically. Application requirements standard for a PACE education. I know I am running out of time, but just here's some contact information that I will also pop in the chat. If anyone does have any questions, I'm more than happy to talk to you and address any of those specific questions. Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. We're going to send it over to Ohio Wesleyan.
Great, thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm going to put my contact information in the chat first so that I don't forget to do that. And then we're going to move on to our presentation for Ohio Wesleyan University, or as we commonly refer to ourselves, OWU. As far as I know, we're the only OWU out there, and so we can claim that. And it's much easier to say OWU than it is OWU or Ohio Wesleyan University, particularly if you're trying to say it many times. This is an aerial shot of campus. You're looking across at the east end of campus, primarily our academic building. A lot of the classes that you'll take are on this side. Many of the athletic facilities are on the east end of campus as well. And if we were to take that drone and turn it around 180 degrees, looking back at the West Campus, you'd be looking at what's behind me and my talking head here. We're looking at the library, and we're looking at the Student Center, the Hamilton Williams Student Center, and the grand thoroughfare through the middle of campus, the Jaywalk, named after James A. Young, who helped close down that part of the street and turn it into a ped mall for our students. Our signature program is the OWU Connection. Think big, go global, get real. This is for students who care about, exploring big ideas, creating a better future for themselves, and for the world at large. If you think of this in terms of a one-stop shop for all of the things that you're considering beyond the classroom, right? So study abroad, job shadowing, domestic study, internships, research, extracurricular activities. Those are all a vibrant part of OWU, but we don't think that those should be siloed or segmented across the campus. That we're a small liberal arts university. Everybody can talk to each other and make sure that you're getting the experience you want. So while it is let's say a one-stop shop, it's not a one-size-fits-all. This is a tailored education endeavor for you. And I'll take just a slide here to break that down, right? So thinking big through guided, personalized research projects, interdisciplinary study. You'll go global. So we tell our students, pack your passport, prepare to travel. We're excited to do that, obviously, a lot more in this upcoming cycle than we had been able to do in the most recent cycle. About 2/3, a little bit more than 2/3 of our OWU students travel either semester abroad, travel learning classes, or university funded, connection experiences all across the world. So the top picture is Craig Jackson and Amy Downing. Those are professors that team teach a class on how to use mathematical modeling to better care for ecosystems. The Go Global piece there, that's our island biology class that got to go to the Galapagos during their term. And then that last picture there is Tom Dolan, who just graduated from OWU. He did our Wesleyan in Washington program, spent some time in DC following Senator Cory Gardner, and now Tom works at the US House of Representatives. So just incredible. So maybe an example of one student who took that journey with OWU. Eva Blockstein, like so many OWU students, she used the OWU connection to go global, travel learning classes. You can see she was all over the map. Costa Rica, the Galapagos, she was actually in that previous picture. She also did things locally. Our nationally recognized zoo and aquarium, the Columbus Zoo, is 10 minutes away from our campus. So the last thing I'll say about this is just, you can see it's not a linear path, right? Maybe you know exactly what you want to do. Maybe you have no idea. You can use these OWU connection experiences no matter which end of that decision you're on. So I mentioned Ohio. We're in central Ohio. We're perfectly centrally located. Delaware is the community that we are at, that OWU resides. We're just about 25 minutes north of downtown Columbus. So Columbus is the 14th largest city in the country. It's actually the second largest city in the entire Midwest. The only larger would be Chicago. And then Delaware has that, small town charm with big city opportunities. So we've been there since the mid 1800s when the community was first being formed. Now it's developed into what we think of as a traditional suburban community near a major metropolitan area. And so because of that, we have a great relationship with the community around us. You're a 5-minute walk from 50 restaurants, the movie theater, places to go with your friends on the weekend, some shopping, and all of that. And then, of course, Columbus is a vibrant place. It's also ranked third among it's third amongst big cities in the US for new grads to live, work, and play. So actually, a lot of our grads might find an opportunity during or after their college experience. Now we have over 75 majors to choose from, but the top 5 in order of popularity would be zoology, unique to liberal arts, business, psychology, health and human kinetics, if you're thinking about athletic training, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and then politics and government. We are, again, 20 minutes from the state capitol. We put millions of dollars into our on-campus experience. The vast majority of our students live on campus all 4 years. Smith Hall, which is pictured above, is now reopened. It's one of our oldest and most classic, living experiences, but we've gutted it and turned it into a modern 21st century facility. So it has that old collegiate look on the outside with a brand new building on the inside. And then we built brand new apartments at the bottom there. That is the Bradford Milligan Hall, which is where you can live as an adult or as an upperclassman. Like you've heard, an affordable institution, in part because of our scholarship opportunities. If you have a 3.6 or above, you will automatically earn our $30,000 Branch Rickey Award, which takes care of over half the total cost of attendance. I already sent my information there in the chat. If you scan that QR code or visit that link, that'll take you to all the things that you would still want to know. Contact us anytime, and thanks for joining us this evening. Go Bishops.
Thank you so much. So next up is the College of Wooster.
I am muted a year later and I still forget to unmute myself sometimes. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Ben Bentley. I'm an assistant director of admissions here at the College of Wooster. Very excited to chat with you all this evening. So just a little bit about Wooster as an institution. We are a small liberal arts college with just over 2,000 students. Now, we're very intentional about that size. We really believe that that's the ideal size to provide the type of residential and academic environment that best prepares you for life after graduation. Now, obviously, you're hearing from a lot of different schools in quick succession this evening. So you're going to definitely hear some similar things, but also, we want to identify what we think is special. So kind of our three main things that we believe is special about the College of Wooster is that we are America's premier college for mentored undergraduate research. We have a global campus that thrives and benefits from our diverse student body. Along with, we are fortunate to have a larger community around us that supports our student life, service learning, and career exploration. Now we're actually going to work our way from the outside in, starting with that larger outside of campus body. So as a student at Wooster, your home is not just our beautiful campus, but it's also the bustling town of Wooster, Ohio. We have many prospective students exploring schools that are in very similar areas, whether it's a large metropolitan or something that's a little isolated. But we really love to brag about our city of 30,000 that really provides the amenities and opportunities that most larger cities provide, but also nestling us in a close-knit campus community. Being the county seat, Wooster is home to a lot of internship opportunities, such as this student who's working with one of our local hospitals as a health coach, along with giving our students the opportunity to get out and participate in service learning projects, such as this one. Going a little bit to campus with this map, as you can see, there's a lot of beautiful green space, so trees, so our central campus, so not counting our athletic fields or golf course, is about 100 acres, so it's extremely walkable. Being that walkable, we are also purely residential, so 99% of our students live on campus for all 4 years. And yes, even though we're in Northern Ohio, we do get all 4 seasons. Oftentimes when families are returning from campus tours, they remark about the size and ask us to reiterate the amount of students that attend Wooster. And when we say that it's 2,000, they seem a little shocked. They comment not only on the size and scope of the grounds, but also just the vibrant, high energy feel. And that high energy feel, comes from our student body. So as I mentioned earlier, we have just about 2,000 students, and with 17% of our student body made up of international students and U.S. students living abroad, Wooster is actually Ohio's most international campus, and we rank 19th among all private liberal arts colleges. One thing that definitely makes us special, again, is with our students coming from all over, as you might have seen on that last slide, about 30% come from the state of Ohio. So that also leaves us to have students coming from 46 states and 65 different countries. There's a lot to do on campus with over 130 different clubs and organizations. Kind of just some general breakdowns of the things the students are doing. A third are involved with a musical ensemble. I believe we're up to almost 10 a cappella groups now. They won't let me join, but a third are varsity athletes. A third and a fourth are involved in theater and dance. So that kind of covered the first 2 bullet points, but now the third one that I mentioned earlier is that, or the first one that I mentioned earlier, but the third one I'm going to talk about now is that Wooster is America's premier college for mentored undergraduate research. So with our average class size of 18, we are really committed to providing access to the professors. So their number one priority at Wooster is going to be you. And a lot of times that this priority in your one-on-one interaction with your professor will come from what is called independent study. So independent study is a year-long class that you take during your senior year, and it really should be called interdependent study because it is you and a professor, and that's it. It is basically a class of 1 where you are creating and performing the research experiment. But with that, when you hear research, a lot of people like myself probably think of people in a lab working in the natural sciences, but at Wooster, research is experimental, but it is also creative, and it's also analytical. Sometimes it's all 3. Here's actually a couple of different examples of independent study projects from the class of 2020. Some really cool things, ranging from communications to the biochemistry and molecular biology. That's a handful. Independent study projects as well. So the reason we have students do this is to really help develop those long-term skills, independent judgment, creativity, project management, time management, and just self-confidence, along with strong written and oral communications. Now, it's easy for us to make this claim that we're the America's premier college for mentored undergraduate research because since 2002, U.S. News has surveyed college presidents, provosts, and deans asking them to identify schools that have set the standard for undergraduate research and a senior capstone project. And only 2 schools have made that list every single year. It's the College of Wooster and Princeton. And since I'm getting low on time, I'm going to skip through this video and get to my contact information. Feel free, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, whether it is by phone or by email. We are open for campus visits right now, so we would love to have you join us on campus to take a tour. But thank you all for joining this evening, afternoon, and have a great day.
Thank you so much. That was great. Next is Elizabethtown College.
All right, hi everyone. Just gonna pull up my screen share right here. All right, so my name is Gretchen Camp. I'm Associate Director of Admissions at Elizabethtown College. Just to give you an idea of where we're located, we are in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, about an hour and a half outside Philadelphia and Baltimore. If you're from this area, you will have heard of Hershey Park. So it's about 15 minutes north of here, so not too far. Just to give you a little bit of a background about who we are a small private liberal arts college. We have about 1,600 undergraduate students and about 300 continuing or adult education students. We have over 150 majors, minors, and concentration areas to choose from, an average class size of about 17 to 18, depending on the year, and student to faculty ratio of 13:1. We're also NCAA Division III for our 24 athletic teams. So I mentioned that we have over 150 majors, minors, and concentration areas. I won't go through all of them. That would take up more than my 6 minutes, but just wanted to give you an idea of some of our most popular majors. Those include occupational therapy, engineering with any of our 7 concentration areas, any of our business programs, and education. Some unique majors that we offer include a bachelor's degree in Japanese, actuarial science. We have some new majors in neuroscience, digital media, social media as well. So lots to choose from. You also have the option of coming in undecided if you need a little bit more time to decide what you'd like to major in at Ithaca College. Your first semester will include a first-year seminar class, as well as an introductory course to the area that you've specified your interest in, along with some of our core courses. So a typical Ithaca College student is taking about 3 to 4 classes per semester. Most of our classes are worth 4 credits, and you need 125 credits to graduate. So I mentioned that we are Division III when it comes to our athletics. You can see here that we have 24 D3 teams. One of our newest adds to this list is esports, along with men's golf and men's volleyball. And students love getting involved at E-Town, whether it's through academic clubs, service clubs. Our motto at E-Town College is Educate for Service. So you'll find that over 90% of our students are doing some type of volunteer work while they're learning at E-Town. You also have opportunities to participate in Honor Society, Student Senate, which is a really big part of our campus culture. Student Senate has a lot of say in what happens on campus. They speak for the student body. They're elected each year. So many of our students do get involved in some way on campus. Other ways that you can get involved on campus are through research, doing research with our faculty members. You also might have the opportunity to do internships either on campus in any of our departments or off campus as well. So lots of different ways that you can get involved at E-Town. So steps to the application process. We do take a very holistic approach when we're reviewing an applicant for admission. First and foremost, the most important thing is to submit your application, either our E-Town application or the common application, whichever you'd prefer. The required materials are high school transcript, 1 letter of recommendation, a writing sample. You have about a 2 to 3 week wait from the time that your application is complete until you get a decision from us. That's because we work on what's called rolling admissions. So our applications open actually in about a month or so. It'll open for fall 2022. And then once you submit your application, we start making decisions in September, again, about a 2 to 3 week wait. After you're admitted, you have opportunities to connect with us, to come visit, learn more about E-Town, and then you have until May 1st to make your decision. And that will, give you an opportunity come May 1st to start being placed in housing and your classes for the fall semester. So in terms of affording Elizabethtown College, we have some really great opportunities for merit scholarships. All of our students are automatically considered for merit scholarships ranging from $12,000 up to $17,000 per year. And that is a renewable scholarship. So nothing extra that you have to do to apply for it. And you just have to maintain good academic standing and good disciplinary standing in order to keep your scholarship. Other scholarships include our Mosaic Scholarship up to an additional $5,000 a year for students who've demonstrated a commitment to diversity or social justice work. Our Music Performance Scholarship, another up to $5,000 a year. If you have any music ability, either instrumental or vocal, and you'd like to participate in any of our ensembles, you can audition for a music scholarship. And then we have our Stamp Scholarship. That is our full tuition, most competitive scholarship that we offer to students. We award anywhere from 8 to 10 of those each year, and we consider about 800 applications for our Stamp Scholarship every year. And then that need-based financial aid is awarded based on your FAFSA, which becomes available on October 1st of each year. On the right-hand side, you can see some facts and figures about our overall cost and the types of aid that we give. This past year, 96% of our students received some type of financial aid. So we do anything we can to make an E-Town education affordable for students. And as some of my colleagues mentioned, we have a mix of in-person and virtual options when it comes to visiting campus. This summer, next month, actually, we're having our first open house in person in over a year. So we're really excited for that. But feel free to check us out at etown.edu/visit. That website has the most up-to-date information on the types of visits that we're offering at any given time. And then that's my contact information right there. Again, my name is Gretchen, and I will also drop my information in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, we have Chatham University.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian Dwyer. I'm the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission here at Chatham University. Just going to get this started really quick, but Chatham University, we are a private liberal arts institution located in the city of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is the 26th largest city in the United States. We're considered one of the most livable cities by Forbes magazine. On top of that, the third safest city by Farmers Insurance. If you're familiar with some of the city of Pittsburgh and our college towns, we're also noted one of the best top 15 college towns in the United States. And we're surrounded by world-class museums, theaters, sports teams, shopping, dining, and then of course, there's a very diverse cosmopolitan community with over 7,000 international students studying within the area. When you visit Chatham University, you'll kind of notice two different things about us, and that's where our Shadyside campus is, located right in the heart of Pittsburgh, next door to Oakland, which houses the University of Pittsburgh and Carnegie Mellon. But we're also in this beautiful certified arboretum here in the city of Pittsburgh. In the picture to the left, the Shadyside campus, that's a wonderful drone shot of it. And if you were actually to spin a 180 and look around, you would actually start to see out over the rest of the city of Pittsburgh and our campus community there. The campus to the right is a part of Chatham University's mission towards studying sustainability in the environment. And this is a living, learning campus which is focused on the principles of sustainability surrounding people, planet, and prosperity. It's a hands-on, project-based research learning curriculum composed of majors throughout the environmental sciences, sustainability, and food systems and social justice. At Chatham, we're about 2,300 students on our undergraduate and graduate programs. We have 1,300 students that make up our undergraduate class, with the remaining 1,000 of students in our graduate program. Very popular thing at Chatham University for our degrees and majors is our 3+2 integrated degree programs, which enable students to apply into graduate level studies as an applying first year student. So things such as physician's assistant, physical therapy, but even transitioning that towards an MBA or a Master of Science in Sustainability, Master of Communications. These are all opportunities students applying to us as undergraduate students can also apply to guaranteed admission into our graduate programs as well. We have over 45 different majors here at Chatham University. As a part of those 45 majors, they encompass anything from the health sciences to the arts, as well as business, communication, and humanities. Who we are, Chatham University, 29% of our students come from out of state. The state of Pennsylvania is a very big place. And so a majority of our students, while they are from the state of Pennsylvania, a lot of them come from 2, 3, 4 hours outside of the state. We pride ourselves on affordability at Chatham. 22% of our students are first generation and 36% of our students are Pell eligible. Students at Chatham, undergraduate students applying for financial aid, regardless of academic merit, if you are an admitted student to Chatham, you will receive a merit-based scholarship from us. Those range anywhere from $10,000 to $22,000, with students falling in the 4.0 and higher GPA towards that top mark. 22% of our students identify as African American, Latina, or Native American. That is the ALANA acronym. 33% of our students identify as male. Around any given year, it's a 65-35 split. 37% of our students also identify as student athletes. Regardless of what you come to Chatham for, whether that's a major, whether that's a sport, you will see these mission and values as an integral part to our university and will make up a part of your curriculum. So sustainability in the environment, whether you are coming here to study that major or maybe you're coming for the health sciences, you could certainly incorporate relative classes into that subject matter. But we also used to be at one time an all women's institution. And so our pillar of women's leadership and gender equity at our institution houses some wonderful entities such as the Center for Women's Entrepreneurship, as well as the Center for Women in Politics, which are actually highly sought after through the state of Pennsylvania and even on a national scale. Community and civic engagement, we have an honors program, but as well as a lot of our student clubs, organizations, and sports teams all like to integrate with the community. The picture that you're seeing right here is actually an opportunity that we partnered with the Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, and we planted over 70 different fruit-bearing trees on our Eden Hall agricultural campus. So now the community of Pittsburgh in their food bank has direct access to fresh produce, which is a really exciting thing. Diversity and equity and inclusion at Chatham University is also a very important component of who we are as an institution. Students can be a part of the RISE mentorship program, which is a program for students of color, but then also we have the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, which is always looking to better and refine our university and also refine our students as to the different things that our country is looking for to tackle in terms of equality today. As you are looking to apply to Chatham University, we have always been a test optional institution. Historically, that was a 3.0 GPA or higher, but in light of the recent pandemic, we have fully switched to a test optional process. What we require at Chatham is the application, as well as your official high school or college transcripts. If you're a dual enrollment student, we will accept those, as well as AP and IB scores. Chatham University, we have our own application, but we are also on the Common App. If you have test scores, you are more than welcome to provide those to us. But again, they will not play into necessarily our decision, as opposed to provide a more holistic picture for you as a student. Optional, but I strongly recommend it, is an essay. You can use one of the prompts on the Common application, as well as a letter of recommendation from a school counselor or teacher, whoever you feel knows you best and can speak to you best. Once you have completed the application to Chatham University, we aim to get back to you within a 10-day notification time period. With your admission to Chatham University, like I said before, you will receive a merit-based scholarship from us. That's awarded upon admission and will range anywhere from $10,000 to $22,000. Filling out the FAFSA, we also have additional need-based aid, and we independently audit families for additional qualifying aid as well. I always encourage students to apply to our Academic Excellence Scholarship. which require a little bit more in terms of an application and a separate application and a separate essay. But we also have some wonderful events such as Academic Scholarship Day, which give you an opportunity to meet, greet, and interview with our faculty here on campus within the major that you want. And that scholarship money stacks on top and is renewable for all 4 years. One of the great things about Chatham is just how diverse of our student organizations are. Anything from our theater and drama club, again, to our Rise mentorship program. And we even have some different poetry readings, as you can see in the basement of one of our renovated mansions, which is actually one of our residence halls on campus, which is pretty cool. But we have anything from intramural athletics all the way up to outdoor recreational clubs, ukulele clubs, Harry Potter clubs, you kind of name it. We have it, and students are always really focused on starting something new or really integrating and growing that community more. Our Division III athletics, our coaches recruit on a national scale, and you can see that a little bit more as to the sports that we have. We do have a squash team that competes with the likes of Johns Hopkins, Harvard, University of North Carolina. They are non-NCAA, but all the other remainder of our athletics that we have at Chatham are NCAA Division III. One of the biggest,
Brian,
yes.
we're out of time.
Okay.
We're moving to the questions.
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right, I would like to ask all the panelists to come and pull their cameras back up so we can do some Q&A with the group. All right, so we're going to do the same order that we presented. So what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
I will get us going. So I would simply just say, keep an open mind. What you think that you may want today is likely going to shift and change because you're going to learn a lot about yourself as you go through this process. And take advantage of the resources that you have. I think that a silver lining of having had a 100% virtual world for a short period of time is that we are now in this hybrid model. And so there's so many new diverse ways for you to learn about colleges and schools that you're interested in learning more about.
My biggest piece of advice is just to remember that ultimately these are the next 4 years of your life. And I'm sure that your parents and your best friend absolutely have your best interest at heart, but you ultimately need to attend a school that you are going to see yourself thriving at and really just being successful at. So just remember that ultimately you know what's going to make you happiest, and that is the school that you should attend.
And with that in mind, I also just advise to be yourself in this process. Don't try to be a construct of what you think an admissions counselor is trying to hear. If you don't know what it is you want to study, be honest about that. That's okay too. I think if you go in with an open mind and you go in being truthful to yourself, I think you're going to get the most out of this search, and you're going to land where you should be.
Yeah, I think ultimately when it comes down to the end of the college search, when you're making the decision, it's a decision that's best made with both your head and your heart. So you should listen to both of them.
One piece of advice I give to students and families is to not totally write off a college based on cost alone. Oftentimes what you're seeing presented on the website or in marketing materials is the sticker price or starting price, but there's always opportunities for scholarships or need-based aid that could help lower your cost.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I focus on with students is when you're thinking about a major, you're thinking about a career field, really take some time to dissect all the potential majors that can lead into that career, or the diversity of what those majors could entail and how you can have a little bit more specified interest towards the things that you're passionate about.
All right, one more question. What is your favorite event or tradition on your campus?
I love this one. So there is a fountain on Ithaca's campus that is, pretty much the focal point on campus. It overlooks the lake. And there is this belief that the students take very seriously that if you were to step foot in that fountain, you will not graduate from Ithaca College. Something would happen to prevent that from occurring. And so therefore, at the culmination of your senior year, just prior to commencement, the entire senior class as a whole we'll jump into the fountain together in celebration. And just last week, we invited our class of 2020 who were unable to do this because of the COVID pandemic back to campus, and they were able to have their senior swim.
My favorite tradition is definitely our midnight breakfast tradition, which happens during finals week every semester. And it's just a great spirit booster during a otherwise, challenging week for students. We have a big continental breakfast display in our student center during finals week. It comes with music and games and giveaways. And again, to just really lift spirits during a time where they might be feeling stressed out about what's going on campus. And it's a really fun activity for everyone to get involved with.
I'm a big fan of Ohio Wesleyan's Day on the J. I mentioned the J Walk right through the center of campus, the main thoroughfare there. And twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring, it turns into a large-scale festival complete with a concert stage and rides and all of the things that you would put if you were building a huge festival for a college campus. So Day on the J happens twice a year, super fun tradition.
I think, so my favorite tradition here at Wooster is, you saw a picture of it, but Calc Hall is kind of our main academic building. It's the one that looks like a castle. So it has this arch in the center of it. And back in the day, Calc was the only academic building on campus and the only doors were inside the arch. So the smart students that definitely didn't want to go to class, the first big snowfall filled the arch with snow and they got classes canceled. Now there's more doors and we have, more capable ways of removing snow, but the students still fill the arch with snow every year in kind of a symbolic thing. But it's really fun. The president will come out and give them hot chocolate and encourage them. And they were able to do it this year in a COVID safe way too. It was really cool to witness.
So one of the most unique traditions I had heard of is called our marshmallow game. We are really big rivals with Messiah University, which isn't located too far from here. So every fall, our men's soccer team plays Messiah University, and everyone in the stands throws marshmallows at their friends and the teams. And it's just really a funny sight to see.
One of my favorites at Chatham is our spring carnival, very similar to a college-like festival. But if you're familiar with Western Pennsylvania, we get all 4 seasons, sometimes all 4 seasons in a day. So when April hits and the semester's winding down, it's always really nice for our students to kind of hang out on the quad and really be a part of that.
Thank you to our panelists for giving those great answers. And thank you for coming to join us today. When you close this window, there'll be a link for a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate your feedback. Also, there are many sessions this evening, so definitely log on and look at some more of those. And in about a week, again, it'll be available as a recording at strivescan.com/college essay guide. Thank you. Bye, everybody.